love with someone, you'd embrace their children as if they're yours.
She's quote, "I'm a man, but I'm not man enough to take care of another man's kids."
Why is it that some men prefer to make a woman a baby mother before they make her a wife?
I'm 28, a single mom, just divorced. This dating pool is like not it.
Single mothers are surprised. They didn't expect the challenges they are facing when it comes to dating. What do you think about today's video, Michael?
It's a great topic, and I think they were fooled by the likes and DMs from those thirsty simps. Now they found themselves navigating the dating scene. Let's check what they have to say about their experience.
Hi guys. I wanted to come on here and do a little single mom dating thing. So anyways, I don't know what's wrong with the whole millennial Gen Z generation, but it sucks. Hi. I'm 28, a single mom, just divorced, and this dating pool is like not it. I've been stood up on dates. I've been canceled on last minute after finding someone to watch my kid, and I don't get it. Like, where's the real people that want a relationship?
I think that the answer to that question is simple. A good number of those men she is looking for are already married. Other are still single, but they are not Chads. She thought she was missing something. Before she put herself into dating scene, she probably imagined it full of 6-foot Chad willing and ready to marry her, but now she saw the reality of it. It is not what she thought it would be.
And I actually wanted to respect women because I'm not finding any of that. I'm in Central Florida, so if you know anyone, let me know.
This is what happens when people don't have a real idea of their surroundings and what is currently going on outside. She wasn't aware that the dating scene is getting tougher, and she didn't know that even those who don't have children are facing the same issue. Still, we have to acknowledge that with a child it becomes a bit more challenging, but at the end of the day, most people are going through a similar issue, regardless if they have children or not. This is another reminder to those who have their partners to do their best to stay together. Don't come outside because things are not easy here. She probably is one of those women who had a lot of simps bombarding her inbox, which misled her into thinking that the attention she was receiving meant that the dating pool was large. She thought that she was missing something, not knowing that she wasn't missing anything. Those outside want to find a home to go to, and she was inside of a house and came out here thinking that people outside are living a better life, only to find out that it's empty and cold out here. You should have stayed inside. Let's read some comments.
They just can't give Chad up. This is a valid point. What do you think?
I think that this comment is accurate. And this is the reason they are finding dating challenging. She is attractive enough to get a lot of guys, but when she is chasing Chad only, things get slightly harder. She forgets that he has a large pool to choose from, which makes the competition tougher.
If a woman has a child, her number one priority is taking care of her child. This puts the man in the number 3 or 4 position. If the woman puts him in the number 1 position, you do not want anything to do with that woman. She must put her kids first. What do you think about this comment, Michael?
That is so true. Her child should be her priority. They need all the care and attention. But at the same time, most men are not okay to be the 2nd or the 3rd on the list, and this is where things get a bit challenging. Let's check the last one.
Women don't want single fathers. Unless they're wealthy, that dissolves all boundaries.
Great point. Some women are not willing to be stepmothers, but they are willing to readjust this requirement if other factors such as money are also on the table.
God's creatures.
Okay.
If you are in love with someone, you'd embrace their children as if they're yours, okay? And the reason you would do that, if you have an understanding of what you believe and how you believe it, so when you carry a mentality as ignorant as cashing out somebody else's kid, it shows that you lack any integrity, any morality. It shows that you're self-centered.
I don't know why some people have issues with other people's preferences. We all have the right to define what we want or are willing to deal with, and it shouldn't concern anybody. But for some reason, she wasn't pleased to know that some guys didn't dream of becoming a stepfathers. She was surprised. She shouldn't ignore that some women also have the same mindset. Becoming a stepmother isn't their biggest dream. So, I don't understand her concerns. It's not a big deal, it's just their preference.
Get unready with me after being stood up. I was actually really excited to go on this date, not gonna lie. figure I'll just make some food and watch a movie and cry probably a little bit more. The funny part about it too is that I wasn't even the one that asked to go on the date. But I guess instead of sitting here and trying to rehash all the reasons why this may have happened, I'm just going to move on.
As we can see, dating is difficult for most people, regardless if they have children or not. The main issue with dating is that most of them are not acting based on reality. And this is why when they go to the real world, they face a lot of challenges. And this is the situation of most of them. As most modern women are after Chad only, they will find it difficult to get him, because there isn't enough Chad for all of them. I know for sure that the majority of them wouldn't have any issue finding a man if they were willing to consider other guys apart from those top 20% of men. Only Chad, who has a lot of options, can ghost her. He probably found a more exciting date and couldn't resist it. And this is why she got ghosted. They will always struggle to get him to commit, as he has too many options. Let's jump into the comment section.
What these women are saying is, it's so hard to land that 1% of men who make $300K are 6 foot tall and want to cook and clean for me, pay for all of my purchases, and put up with my bipolar drama. What do you think about his perspective?
We already know that most of them are looking for Chad only, and this is why they are struggling to find him. They tend to forget that those guys are only a small percentage of men. It would be easier for them if an ordinary Anthony from customer service was also considered. Let's have a look at the next one.
I was supposed to go on a date last night and waited outside the restaurant for 10 minutes before she unmatched with me and cut all communication. It actually brought relief because I was really not all about this person, and I'm more happy that I didn't have to pay for her meal. I understand cold feet, but hey, true colors were shown, and I drove home under one of the nicest sunsets I've seen in a while. What do you think about this guy's experience, Michael?
He doesn't have to worry about it. She probably lost a good man. But at the same time, this is the same thing they get mad about when Chad does it to them, and this is why we have so many videos of them complaining of being ghosted by Chad. I bet they believe that it's not a big deal when they are the ones doing the ghosting.
You're talking to a guy for about 2 months. Things are going really well. He takes you on an awesome weekend getaway to a cozy cabin. It's perfect. You're like, this could really go somewhere. A couple weeks after the cabin, things are kind of like slowing down a little bit. And you check in and you're like, is everything okay? He says, yeah. Explains what his family's dealing with. Says, this is why I'm sorry. I said, no problem. I can give you as much or as little space as needed. He says, nope. I appreciate you. I want you, I want to keep pursuing this, essentially. So you give him his space. You haven't seen each other in a couple weeks. You make plans to see each other today. This morning you talk to him. He tells me what's going on. I say, you have a lot going on. Do you want to reschedule tonight? He says, no, I haven't seen you in weeks. I want to see you tonight. I say, okay, because I would rather know now so I don't waste my whole day. He says, nope. So you get ready. You take an everything shower. You get completely ready, head to toe. 6 p.m., he sends you a snap, drinking a beer, saying it's going to be a long night at the parents', rough night. You say, so should I not have gotten ready to come over to your house? Mind you, it's an hour drive. He says, probably not. It's been a rough night, whatever. I have an update for that story. And before everybody comes at me and says you were supposed to block him, I know. I didn't block him though, because I like to know when someone's thinking about me and wants to text me. I want to know what they have to say.
Another woman who is after Chad, a man who just wants to have a bit of fun. If he wasn't a Chad, she would have blocked him the first time he showed a lack of interest, but as she is more invested than him, she overlooked all the red flags. She is well aware that he has a lot of options, and this is the reason for her behavior.
But I've now unfollowed him and removed him from my friends list on everything. Pretty much what happened is I got a little tipsy/hammered with my girlies the other night, and I didn't know that I did this, but I texted him and I pretty much just said you broke no contact, and because he liked one of my posts, and to a girl that means something. And then he texted me back and was like, what do you mean? That's what I woke up to, that text. And I just texted him back and was like, please disregard, I was hammered. He didn't reply, so I was like, floof. That was a close one, that was scary. 12 hours later, I get a paragraph from him saying, I fucked up, I fucked with your head. You're great, you deserve all good things. his quotes, "I'm a man, but I'm not man enough to take care of another man's kids."
This is a thing, but seems like a lot of women aren't aware of it. They look shocked when guys tell them about their preference regarding to this matter. People must understand that it's just a preference. Some guys are okay doing it, but others aren't, and this is something they will have to get used to. Especially when it comes to Chad and Tyrone, those are the guys who have a lot of options and they don't compromise. Let's check the comments.
The real question is, would that single mom have given you a chance if she didn't have kids? That is a great question, don't you think?
I also agree with you. It's a good question and most guys know the answer to it. We know that most likely she wouldn't, and this is just the reality. But many guys wouldn't mind securing that position, even though they know why she is giving him a chance now. The next comment mentions a fact that most stepfathers are afraid of. Let's have a look at it.
When the relationship falls apart, you'll never see those kids again. You'll never see grandkids. You'll cease to exist to them.
This is a valid point. It's just reality. There is nothing that can be done about it. They are not your kids, so from the moment the relationship between you and their mother ends, there is a high chance of you not seeing them again. And this is a hard pill to swallow because after building a bond with a child, the last thing you will ever consider is to see them go and not being able to do anything about it. Let's check the last one.
This girl I had a 3-day fling with, her 5-year-old son said, "Is he my dad?" She said, "No, he is not your dad. He is a father figure. You will meet a lot of father figures in your life. That kid is going to be messed up."
There is a high probability of that statement being true, and this is the reality of many children.
Why is it that some men prefer to make a woman a baby mother before they make her a wife?
Yeah, I mean, I think from a male perspective coming into it, the fact is that the bar is on the floor, right? It's way easier to get asked from y'all than it is for us to go about the full process of a relationship and go through marriage. And I think that right there is the problem, right? Reality is that if a man has a certain status, a man has a certain swagger, a man has a certain money, then he can just skip through all of the little hurdles that's supposed to be there, barriers that's supposed to be there, vetting that's supposed to be there, and just get right to that, right? So as long as that's the case, then we gonna see these type of men, but it's gonna take women to stand firm on what it is that they want. If you want marriage from this man, you demand marriage from this man, and not only demand it, but withhold benefits until you get marriage from this man.
Yeah, people be... So this is why it's easier to make somebody a baby mama.
That is a wrong question. Women are in charge when it comes to whether they require a wedding or not before giving a man the honor of having his child. The way she formulated the question, it seems like men are in the driver's seat when it comes to this matter, but it's not the case because women are in command of it and they have the last say. It means that becoming a baby mama is a choice, and it has nothing to do with man. If a woman requires a wedding before having a child, there is no man who can do anything about it, but do what she wants if he wants to have a child with her. But nowadays, not many women require a wedding before carrying, and this is why a lot of them are single mothers. Things for sure would be a lot different if they had that requirement in place. Let's have a look at the comment. It looks promising.
No man could make me a mother without me already wanting to be one. That is a choice. I agree with the women who wrote this comment. What about you, Michael? Do you agree with her?
Yes, I do. And I hope someone tells that woman this information. Seems like she doesn't know that becoming a baby mama is a choice. No man has a say in this field. Let's check the next one. It's from another woman who believes that men are responsible for creating single mother.
Are men ever responsible for their actions? How is this on women? And this doesn't answer the question about impregnating the woman. Michael, do you know what this woman is talking about?
I am so confused with her thought process. What is she implying in this comment? Is she saying that women have no say when it comes to whether they require a wedding before having a child? Is she sure that men are to blame for this? Women have the last say when it comes to the condition she has in place regarding when to have a child or not. So if she gets pregnant before getting married, it means that she didn't require that man to marry her. I hope it clarifies this confusion. Let's check the last comment.
Men are going to pay the sticker price that you put on the window. Set the price according to what you truly require, not $1 lower.
Well said, women are the ones in charge. This is all for today's video. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe.